Ariel Helwani in New York City for the UFC Reebok Fight Kit unveiling. And we're being joined by Conor McGregor, just days away now from your big title fight. And of course, the question everyone wants to know the answer to, Conor, is who will you be fighting on July 11th?
It's a mystery. It's a surprise. Show up at the weigh-ins and take your seat, and we will unveil the sacrificial lamb at the weigh-ins.
Does it bother you that you're here and Aldo's not here?
The best must do that extra bit, so I understand that. But I understand, I certainly work hard. I certainly am earning. I am earning the right to take most of this pay that is getting put out here for UFC 189. I work the hardest. I put in the most work. But when you were the best, the demands are greater, so I expect it.
Are you annoyed that you have to be here 11 days before your fight?
Is it my favorite thing? No, it's not, but it is what it is. I done it in Boston. I've done it. It seems to be normal occurrence for me now. Maybe my next contract I might negotiate a little bit better, but once I'm here, I enjoy it. To be honest, is it ideal? It's not, but we get on with it. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's something I say to myself daily, and this is just something else that we adapt to and we overcome.
Based on the intel that you have, the discussions that you've had with the UFC, what does your gut say? Do you really think you'll fight him on July 11th?
It's going back and forth. I hope he does, but I don't care. Whoever is there will be demolished. Whether it's Chad, whether it's Jose, they both will be destroyed. So they are both in over their head. I do hope Jose shows up, but smoking Chad will be enjoyable too. I will enjoy destroying him also.
You said all the right things, but I'd have to imagine after all the promotion, the commercials, the world tour, all that, there's a part of you that would be disappointed if it's not Jose. I mean, this is a culmination. You want to beat the king, right? The current king. The current king.
You're looking at the current king, Ariel. You're interviewing the current king. The current king is here. July 10th, the current king will be there, 145 pounds. July 11th, the current king will be there, raising gold. So I don't care. It's the McGregor show. Let's be honest. It would be great to have it with all the work they put in, but I cannot force an individual if they are afraid. If an individual is afraid to fight, you cannot force him. So it is what it is. If he's running, if he's scared, there's nothing I can do. I'd probably, sometimes I look in the mirror and get little frights as well looking at myself because I am an absolute animal, a machine. So I probably wouldn't want to fight me either. So it is what it is. I'll be there. I know that.
Speaking of the McGregor show, was there any doubt in your mind about not taking this fight if he wouldn't be there? So many people are coming over from Ireland, from Europe, from the UK. Did you ever say, okay, if it's not Aldo, I just can't fight. I mean, I can't risk this. Do you think that at all?
No, not one bit. We had other options. It was 155 was an option. Man, I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight. Perform for the fans that are coming over from Ireland. Perform for the world. They say I'm just talk, but here I am walking. Where's everybody else? I'm here.
And the fact that you are agreeing to also fight Mendes on essentially 2 weeks' notice, do you feel like you have gained some respect? Because people said, oh, you were ducking the wrestler. What now?
Yeah, what now, exactly. And what now when I destroy him as well? So, respect and admiration or even disrespect is something. I don't pay attention to what people say. I do not give a shit what people say. I say what I'm going to do. I'm here to fight. I'm here to take out the entire division. I said to you, Ariel, many, many times, one by one, I will get every single one of them. It had nothing got to do with the champion. It got to do with me taking over the division, running the show. And whichever way it happens, whether it's Chad first, Jose next, or Jose first, Chad next, Frankie as well in the wings, they will all get it. It will be a one-man division by the time I am done.
Are you surprised they went with Chad over Frankie as the plan B?
Nah, not really. Either or. They're similar as well, so. I mean, I think maybe Frankie I think they might have reached out to them all, I don't know, but there were many options. We discussed a few options.
Nate Diaz as well, right?
Nate Diaz was in there. I would have likened that one as well, because if Aldo would have been, because they were telling me that Aldo will be able to fight in 7 weeks' time, which is an option. So I was like, okay, I'll fight him in 7 weeks' time then. But I don't want to cut to 145 pounds for a non-title fight and then have to make the cut again for 145 in 7 weeks' time. It makes no sense. So let's do a 155 pound fight. Then you look at the 155 pound roster. Who's game to step up and fight? Who brings it? Nate brings it. The Diaz brothers bring it. They show up to fight. The interest in it would remain high. You know, you could bring in another 155 or another 145, but is the pay-per-view draws going to be as good? I don't think so. So Nate was an interest for me at 155, and the fact that the fight would generate big buzz as well. So it was an intelligent business move by me. I laid it out. They researched it. It was an option, but now it turns out that Jose has a little itty bitty bruise on his rib. So if he doesn't show up, they're stripping him, rightfully so, and putting the interim belt on the line. Now with the interim belt on the line, I'll make the 145 pound limit.
Is there a chance this is your last fight at 145? I've noticed some hints that you've been talking about the weight cut and all that.
Yeah, I mean, every damn time I go through this weight cut, I'm like, I swear to God, this is the last time I'm doing this weight cut. But it is what it is. I make it intelligently, and I get on with it, and I show up like an absolute animal on fight night. But definitely, I have 155 in my sights, 100%. I'm walking around, and there's nobody. I'm looking at Dos Anjos is around here somewhere. He's 5'8" with a 72-inch reach, I believe. I'm 5'9" with a 74-inch reach. So already I have the physical advantage over him, who currently holds the belt. So I feel it's in my future, definitely. But maybe
Next.
we'll see. Take it as it goes. It could have been right now. It could have been a 155 right now. That's the beautiful thing with me. I'll take them both. I'll take them all on. So.
Are you surprised that you're the favorite against Aldo, but the underdog against Mendez?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm not surprised I'm the favorite against Aldo. I actually predicted I would. By the time the fight comes around, I will be the favorite. Maybe the bookies got it wrong with the Mendez one, but I'll see. We'll see closer to the fight. I think because there's an air of uncertainty of what's going to happen, that they're just kind of throwing out some odds and see what happens. But I'll be the favorite regardless come fight night.
Final thing. I'm sure he's going to watch this. Is there a message to Jose? What do you want to tell the guy in Brazil?
I was saying, what have you got to say to him? Or say something if you had one thing to say.